My colleagues on the other side say, oh, well, we're bringing this bill up today because we really care about kids in community health centers. Exactly the opposite. If you did care, in the sense that you wanted to get legislation passed, then you wouldn't bring this bill up today, because we all know that if the bill is not bipartisan, which it is not, it will never pass the Senate. What we're really facing is another effort on the part of the Republican leadership to repeal or sabotage the Affordable Care Act. We are now seeing what I would call piecemeal repeal. You couldn't repeal it outright, so you do a piecemeal repeal. You repeal iPad. You basically use funding from the prevention fund, and you gut that so you can pay for the CHIP funding. You change the grace period so something like 500,000 people lose their health insurance. Meanwhile, the President of the United States is out there every day issuing executive orders to get rid of cost-sharing subsidies, to cut back on the outreach program. You look at all this, it's nothing more than a piecemeal repeal of the Affordable Care Act. It's sabotaging the Affordable Care Act. So this has not changed. The first 9 months till September, outright repeal, and now between now and the end of the year, piecemeal repeal. Every day a different bill. What's really going on is robbing Peter to pay Paul. The way that you pay for the community health centers and the CHIP bill, basically sabotaging the Affordable Care Act, is what you do is you shorten the grace period from 90 days to 30 days, when people, if they don't pay their premium, will lose their health insurance. And we know that maybe almost 688,000 people, according to CBO, will lose their health insurance. Then we have a prevention fund, which is used for children's lead poisoning programs, for children's vaccines, for the opiate program that the Republicans say they care so much about. These are going to go away in order to pay for CHIP and community health centers. It is unbelievable what's going on here. And I just ask my colleagues, look at what's actually happening. We had a Democratic substitute that would have had a great piece of legislation, paid for the community health centers, paid for the CHIP program, without sacrificing other health care programs that help kids and other people and other Americans, and they wouldn't even let us consider it here today. So I ask my colleagues, basically, vote no on the rule, turn down this rule, and let us have another opportunity to actually do something that's important and that's meaningful.